Digital marketing trends in 2022. What is new, what has changed, and where we should focus our attention in the upcoming year. We're going to cover what are the hottest trends, what are some things to look out for, and also where you should spend your money, time, and attention. Now, without further ado, let's dive into number 5 on the list, which is paid marketing. And as most of you know, paid marketing has been there for years. We have YouTube advertising, we have Google advertising, we have Facebook advertising, now we have TikTok advertising, native ads, paying collaborations, brand deals, and all sorts of media channels. But what's interesting is that because of the pandemic hit, there was a reduction of 20% of the media ad spend, and therefore all the media platforms took a huge hit when it comes to their ad revenue. So now they're launching more placements than ever. Advertising is cheaper than it's ever been. I'm actually running ads in 2022 and it's cheaper than it's been in 2018, 2019. So that's a great opportunity for anyone out there looking to start. And I know it's a bit harder. It's a bit harder to technically set up your Facebook ads or run YouTube ads. But for those of you who actually take the time to learn that skill, learn how to craft offers that are compelling for your audience, there is a huge opportunity when it comes to running paid media. So make sure you check this out. And if you're new to the channel, I'm doing tips on digital marketing, advertising, and anything related to growing your business, leveraging the internet. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, on place number 4 comes the influencer marketing and personal brands. And why is it so important? Because now with everybody working from home, being on their phone, and having equipment and accessibility to create content, being video content, written content through the different tools and media platforms we now have, there's increasing demand for quality traffic because all these influencers and personal brands provide a high quality audience that is very relevant. And us as business owners, product creators, and service deliverers, we have the opportunity to tap into these audiences, build those relationships, and actually leverage influencer marketing as something that will be part of our strategy. And what's the interesting thing is that while paid advertising spend was decreasing in 2021, it has been steadily increasing when it comes to influencer marketing and spending on different brand deals and working with different creators. So this is for sure something to pay attention to. And also with the upcoming platforms such as TikTok, what Facebook realized is that they need to create a content community-based platform and appeal to creators. So now they offer certain incentives for people that are creating more reels on the platform and are producing content on Facebook. So we're going to see more and more of the up and coming creators by the different algorithm changes that are going to happen and are going to allow new people to actually pop and become famous in their industry. So this is for sure something to pay attention to. And if you have a business yourself and you want to market it, for sure starting a personal brand is something that you should look into. And this is for sure my game plan for 2022. Now, coming up on number 3 is actually the multi-channel approach. And in the past, we've seen businesses scale just with Facebook ads or just with TikTok or just with one platform. But what's interesting is because of the increased amount of time that we spend at home, we now spend more time on social media, but we get easily distracted. So we would spend an hour on TikTok, then we would go and spend an hour on YouTube, then we would go and spend another hour on Facebook and then Instagram, and you have all these channels. So if you create a multi-channel approach, whether it's going to be through paid advertising and retargeting the people that have visited your website or the different channels, or you're going to be just creating content on the different platforms, repurposing something you got on YouTube, then take it and put it on TikTok, and then take it and put it on Instagram. This is the massive opportunity for you to be able to hit your audience with a higher frequency and therefore stay on top of their mind and actually be able to convert them better. So this is for sure something big brands should pay attention to. Hire different creators. I was watching a video by Gary Vee the other day, and just for his personal brand, he's got 3 people that manage just his TikTok account. And as you can imagine, he's on TikTok, he's on Instagram, he's on YouTube, he's on LinkedIn, he's sending out emails, he's blogging, he's doing all sorts of things. So you got to get the right team in place if your budget allows to be able to scale your content production and make sure you stay relevant, because if you're not seen in today's content and digital economy, you're going to be forgotten, and the new and up and coming stars are going to eat out of your pie. Now, number 2 on the list, which is my favorite by far, is video marketing, because it's become easier and easier to create video content with all the tools, resources, video editing softwares, and the equipment being cheaper than ever before. The barrier to entry is so low, and even with a device such as the iPhone, we could be creating an amazing content and reach and tap into our audience, and the production value doesn't have to be extremely high. As long as we're sharing story, as long as we're answering people's questions, as long as we're providing value or entertainment, we're going to be able to build an audience. And now more than ever, people are looking for content that's relatable. So even if you don't feel like you have something to share with your audience, believe me, just start. And out of the positive feedback you'll be getting, this will give you the momentum and the vibe to keep on going with your video content. Because believe me, there are people out there that are looking for answers to questions that only you can solve. And we've seen a tremendous increase of the engagement with our video content compared to the images and blog posts we've been sharing in the past. So this has been for sure a tip and something that we're heavily looking into for 2022, and just massively producing more and more content, and also making sure that it matches the certain styles of the different platforms. And also something that's super important, because now we consume media whether we're on the subway or on the go or in the car, make sure you have subtitles lined up in your video, because if somebody is watching your video on mute, they can still consume the information and the content. And number 1, by far my favorite and probably the most neglected in 2022, because of the easy growth we see on all the other platforms, is email marketing. And email marketing is something that has been here since the dawn of ages of the internet, and it is here to stay. And more people are getting email addresses every single day, and reportedly as of now there are 4 billion users that are actively checking their email every single day. And not only that, that's their preferred way of communication, that's also their most intimate way of consuming content. And we are actually collecting our own user base, because if you have a lot of followers on TikTok, actually TikTok has a lot of followers behind the account that has your face on it. And if you have the same thing happening for you on Instagram, one algorithm change could wipe everything out for you, or just delete and ban your account. Same goes for LinkedIn, same goes for YouTube. So make sure that if you're growing on those channels, if you're growing on YouTube, if you're growing on TikTok, if you're growing on Facebook, make sure you capture that data, collect it, and make sure you have a great content marketing strategy for your email campaigns in place. Because believe me, email marketing is by far producing the highest amount of return on investment when it comes to spending money on the internet for us. And that's not going to change. We're making as much as 430% for every single email subscriber we get on our list, by spending like $1 to get an email subscriber and then getting $43 back. And we can stay in touch with them for a long period of time, and it's very consistent, especially if you study the email marketing game and you have good consistent headlines, if you have good consistent copy, you can get open rates anywhere between 20 to 40% on your emails. And imagine having 100,000 people on your list that are hit by your emails multiple times a week, and this just keeps on building up. And not only that, you can take that email marketing audience and actually upload that to Facebook, you can upload it to YouTube, and use that as an audience that you can remarket to, or just send more offers and you can advertise to. So that's number 1, email marketing. It's something that most people don't expect as a digital trend for 2022, but it's so often neglected. So that's my advice to you guys: pay attention to email marketing. And of course, if you want to get more tips on how to grow your business leveraging social media, digital marketing, paid advertising, and Facebook ads, make sure you like that video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm uploading more regular content on these topics. And I hope you found the video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.